we're in the middle round with Mary. For Costio Clayton, he's fighting Mexico, Oscar Molina. It's a guy we already fought before in Ecuador at the Continental Championship. We lost by 1 point, and from what we've seen in the recent tournament, we think Costio will have the edge on the Mexican fighter. For Simon, he drew France. France is a pretty good boxer, but really young. Not the strongest boxer in the category. I think Simon, with his power, his speed, could surprise the French guy.
How is everything going with the athletes here? Are they...
So far so good, no injury, everybody's on the weight. We're gonna ask for a better preparation and a better team at that point. Everybody looks good, sharp, and we're ready to go and start tomorrow.
How did you find this gym?
I came here in last March, and I got lost doing my jogging. And I found the gym, and after that I did the traveling from the Olympic Village to here. It's like 20 minutes in train. It's why we secured that gym, and it's really hard to find. We know that for people that wanted to come, it will be harder to find us in London. And I wanted to make sure for Mary that she was focusing on his preparation for London and not get too much distracted about media, all those stuff that was surrounding the Olympics.
So if you didn't find like this gym, where would you have to train? Like just
it's the Olympic venue.
Okay.
Where for me it's good, but they give us a certain time during the day. We had to adjust our schedule to their schedule. I prefer to come in a gym like that we have our own schedule, and just to go outside of the village and go outside of the Olympic stuff, it's good for the athletes. They've seen the city a little bit. We're taking walk with the people, and no, it's very good for them to change their mind before we start training.
What about the idea that, I mean, this is a real gym? Does the atmosphere...
Yeah, I feel more like boxing than in a small venue like the Olympic training facility where you have only a small cubicle to do your stuff. Here we feel really the boxing, the atmosphere, looks like a real gym. And the hospitality at that gym was amazing.
Oh, okay.
The owner, John Rooney, gave us everything we needed to train.
And the members don't mind you hanging about either? Or?
No. And we don't mind to take some picture with the members.
Oh, okay.
And because they know athletes, they know that it comes with the Olympic. At some point we're focusing on training, but
right.
It comes with the Olympic. You need to satisfy the fan, and that's why it don't matter. And the people were really nice so far with us here.
Daniel, I know Mary fought that Chinese girl that's fighting the Brazilian girl. Did she ever fight the Brazilian girl, do you know?
Yeah, she fought the Brazilian girl about 3 times, if I remember exactly. Never lost against her, but they were close down. She lost at the Pan Am qualifier. Yeah, she lost once at the Pan Am qualifier in the final against the Brazilian girl, but after that she beat her in Cornwall. No, we're pretty confident, and both of them, we're okay with them. The Chinese or the Brazilian will get ready for either of them.
But she fought the Chinese girl only once?
Yeah, at the 2010 World Championship, they fought in the final, and Mary won by a big margin. But we know it's not the same Chinese girl, and we know the Chinese team put a lot of money on their program for boxing. We know she's way better than she was in 2010, but we think that with Mary we're still in front of her.
But you obviously felt that Mary needed some to get away from the spotlight.
All those distraction, and since she had not very good performance before we came in, but before we came here we arranged a dual match in Montreal. She had the chance to fight the German champion twice, and it went very well. And now Mary is really focused about what she has to do here in London, and she's in really good shape. And it's been a long time since I've seen Mary in that kind of condition.
In a way, losing in Beijing, do you think that might have been good for her leading into these Olympics?
Yeah, it probably refocused her on what she had to do, and maybe on what she was probably doing wrong before she came here. For me, I think was a good wake-up call. Lucky that we were invited with the wild card, but I think it was a good wake-up call. And I think now, as not the number one, she's more angry than ever to take her place back at the top.
Was there anything specific you wanted to work on with her during that training camp?
Her main goal when you do a training camp with the national team, like for 3 weeks, it's more to make sure that athletes are fit physically and mentally, and that we prepare for tactic. But it's really hard to prepare for a kind of tactic because you don't know before the draw who you're gonna fight. But we're getting ready to make sure that everybody is in tip-top shape, that mentally they're focused, and from now on is the time to focus on who we're fighting because we know our opponents since yesterday.
So you think Castillo has a reasonable chance of moving on now?
Yeah, I think Castillo have a really good chance of moving on. I think we should go through that Mexican. It's not an easy fight, but it's a fight that we're able to grab. And if we look a little bit farther in the draw, Castillo, if he wins against the Mexican, is going against the fighter from Australia, the winner from Australia or Nigeria. Again, looks really good. After that, for sure, you're starting to go with the top of the top. It's gonna get tougher, but Castillo, he's ready for anybody. He's able to win against anybody here. It's probably the toughest weight division at the Olympics, 69 kilos. From the last one to the top one, there's not a big margin between the caliber.
Nice.
Simon, how does it look for him going in, do you think?
But for Simon King, probably his biggest weakness at that point is his experience. He had a lot of injury in the recent year, 2009, an injury to his ankle, last year injury to his shoulder. That kept him away from the fighting a little bit, but at that weight he's really strong, got good hands, good speed. You never know at that weight, one punch could change anything. But we're expecting for Simon will be a really good experience, and you never know, it could surprise a lot of people. With the draw he had, he could go, it could surprise people.
All right.
Great.
Thanks, Daniel.
No problem.